For weeks now, Premier League fans have been going on about the fact that you are having a three-horse title race and getting very excited about it. Well, apparently the universe heard all those fans, because now, with the way the results have been going over the past two previous match games, well, then you're only going to be seeing a two-horse title race as things stand. Liverpool, thanks to their poor results, seem very much out of contention, and that's not to say that they're mathematically out of contention, but based on momentum and form, it does seem like the title race is very much down to two teams, Arsenal and Manchester City, meaning it's a repeat once again of the 2022-23 season where Arsenal were very much on top, but then City ended up pipping them at the end. If that sounds familiar to you, that's exactly because how things are going in this particular season as well. Look at how these teams are placed right now on the table, and you'll see that Arsenal very much on top, having played a game extra, but still they're 1 point ahead with a superior goal difference of 57. Man City, on the other hand, are only a point behind. They've got 79 points and the goal difference is 50, which is 7 points less, but crucially they have a game in hand, and should they win that game in hand, then they leapfrog Arsenal and go ahead by 2 points. Liverpool, perhaps the biggest losers in this particular scenario, because their shock loss to Everton means that they played the same number of games as Arsenal, the league leaders, but they're currently 5 points behind the curve. 5 points means they need a lot of results to go their way. They need to ensure that both City and Arsenal end up dropping points and they keep getting points, because again, they need to, if it has to really go down that way, they need Arsenal to pretty much lose all of their next 3 games, and Liverpool will have to win all of their next 3 games, because again, 5 points means they'll have to establish some sort of a gap, but it does seem very, very hard. Why do I say that? Because with Liverpool, form just hasn't been their friend lately. They ended up they lost, had a shocking loss to Atalanta in the Europa League. Then they lost to Everton, drew against West Ham United. So it's a lot of points being shed, and that is perhaps why they find themselves in the position that they're in. Nevertheless, let's look at how it is that the remaining fixtures for all these 3 teams are going to be shaping up, and I'm still including Liverpool because mathematically they're not out of it yet, even though it seems unlikely they'll be getting there. First up, City, and one of the reasons I've constantly hyped up City's chances is because of the fixture list that they have as things stand. I mean, look at it, their next game is against Wolverhampton Wanderers at home, then they've got Fulham away, Tottenham away and West Ham at home to finish the season. Not exactly the most difficult fixture list for a side as good as what Manchester City are. In fact, the Wolves game would be their extra game in hand, and if they can end up winning that, well, then they're pretty much sorted, because they'll be on top once again, and then it's simply a case of getting the wins. The only respectively tricky game would be against Tottenham, which is away from home, but should they get through there with flying colours, won't really be a problem for them to actually end up claiming the league once again. As for Arsenal, they've only got 3 fixtures left, and again, if you thought City's one was easy, the same can't necessarily be said about Arsenal. I mean, sure, they've got a Bournemouth at home, which should be a cakewalk, but they've got Manchester United away, and United, the thing with them is that they can be very, very inconsistent. So you don't know which United is going to, show up on the day. United could well be steamrolled 3-0, 4-0 by Arsenal, but there's also a chance they end up putting up a fight and nicking a point, or perhaps even all 3. Everton also at home seems like an easy fixture, but Everton have been on a bit of a roll lately, and last season did actually beat Arsenal, and that was really the start of Arsenal's decline and drop from the top of the table. So tricky 3 fixtures left as far as Arsenal are concerned. That's not to say they can't do it. All they really need to do is win their 3 games, and then at the very least they'd have done everything that was in their hands. Slip up in any of these games though, and you know that City are going to be smelling blood. And what about Liverpool? They too have 3 fixtures left, but man, just look at the toughness of those fixtures. They've got Tottenham at home, then you've got Aston Villa away. Both of these teams, by the way, are vying for a top 4 spot as things stand, and both would not want to be giving away any unnecessary cheap points, which means that Liverpool could not be finding a worse time to be facing off against either of these sides. The only easy fixture is the one that ends the season, because they've got Wolverhampton Wanderers at home. But man, this is such a brutal, run in as far as the last 3 games are concerned, and really does exacerbate the issues that Liverpool had dropping points at both Everton and against West Ham, because both of those should have been fairly winnable games. But from a perspective, 6 points there, they only took 1, and that's why they are in the situation that they're in. So we're at the end pretty much of the Premier League race. There's 3 game weeks full left, 4 if you're a City fan. And right now, for me, I still maintain my prediction. City are very much in charge of this title race. All they need to do is win their game in hand, and after that, the title is theirs to lose. But what do you guys think? Do you reckon Arsenal can actually hold on this time? Do you reckon City may stumble? What about Liverpool's chances? You can let us know all of that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the AajTak app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, from my side though, it's goodbye.